Walking down the street, I suddenly stopped and I looked above at a great tower, a tower of enormous scale. It stood above me so high I could never climb it in several lifetimes, for the pieces of its architecture are pillared by lying itself, a grand system of constant deception that makes me sick to my stomach, a fraudulent voting system that entertains us by giving an illusion of choice which ultimately is fixed from the start but keeps control through the electoral college and advancements in technology that makes living only available to those who can afford the latest gadgets and the latest styles. The system itself is a bully. The system is a bully teaching anyone who follows to replicate its own consciousness. Capitalism is a system designed to make you selfish and narcissistic, and then makes you pay for therapy to mend the same selfishness they promoted, the same sickness they needed from you. It's ironic that we started this country to get away from the monarchy, but now policies are just as deceptive as the monarchy ever was. It's just now they wear suits instead of crowns. We've created a warped, fucked up world and where the people who take our liberty, hearts and souls and minds are seen as the givers, and the ones surviving their oppression are seen as the takers. Where the most popular music teaches aggression, violence, materialism, and hate, and through media the slaves simply enslave themselves with ignorance. And when that ignorance leads to violence, the slaves go to jail instead of the slave masters. The wasteland of the inner city, all cackling with spiritual toxicity. You take poor jobs, poor education, absent parents, drugs, and appropriation. And guess what you get? You get an angry mob of animals designed to self destruct with abuse and capitalistic brainwashing, so caked into their skin that they're unconsciously begin to do to their kids what their masters once did to them, because it's just so ingrained into like the cells of their DNA. It's cleverly planned. It's biological warfare. It casts the races that they don't like into roles in cinema of crime and aggression, give them shitty food and drugs so they become too tired, fat, and sick to stand up to the actual emotional molestation of the system. And everyone becomes so afraid to stand up to the queen that the coward becomes known as the sane and the brave become known as the ill. They try to make you sweat, to obsess, to get in your head, control your heart like a parasite of love, to take away the home of your soul and replace it with a narrative of their bureaucracy, to leverage you into honoring the same abuser they honored, into shaming the same gentleness that they came to shame, to vilify authenticity so that you hold fakeness in high standing, to instill that same slave mindset until it's ingrained into just another part of you, until the narcissist becomes the leading character in the role of your life, until you ultimately comply to replicate instead of resisting it. And as I looked up at the tower, I was so happy that I was steady, poor, and alone on the ground, because I knew that those at the top, when they finally fell, they would fall from a height that no one has ever known.